All right. So, Drey, how are you feeling to be in the Big Brother Discord house? It's been a few days. Are you liking the
Yeah,
scenery? Have you made any friends? Have you made any enemies? Let us know what's going on.
I'm feeling pretty good. I guess being HOH is a good thing to make friends, but I didn't make that many friends. I would say Hunter and Ari are two people I'm getting along well. Maybe Robin as well, but no enemy yet, which is sad. I like having an enemy. Maybe Nathan eventually will be my enemy though. He's a bit messy, I feel.
Okay. So, it was announced on day one. U10 came into the house and we announced the veterans entering into the house. Have you been threatened by their inclusion at all, or are you just kind of viewing everyone as like same thing, or how are you feeling with that?
Wouldn't say I was not uh, indifferent. I had a thought before the game was like, I hope there's no returnee, but I was like, oh, it's like a fresh start. There won't be any. But I guess I was wrong on that one. Um, I don't like it. So I never played on Horde with returnees where they don't align and just destroy everyone at the end because everyone just overlooked them. But it's just how to find a balance in targeting them or not. And all other returnees except Robin, I don't really vibe with that much, which is very worrisome. I don't really know how I feel right now, which would be that I think it would have been stupid to just go for them right away. So that's why I didn't, even though I wanted to, if people read my public chat or whatever. So yeah, how I feel about them, I'll surely try and cut them before they cut me, I guess. I'll see how that goes.
Okay, the auditions twist was announced, and obviously, that's been impacting the game a lot. So, how did you feel about it, and how do you kind of walk us through your thought process with where your decision ultimately landed on your tokens?
Yeah. At first, I was a bit annoyed with the twist, just because um, I was thinking like Survivor Fire tokens, and I was like, what is this? But it may be a good thing just to give some more momentum to the game. I see already some paranoia from it, which is always fun. Um, for my thought process on it, at first I was not sure if I would just bet on myself. I mean, I don't know, spend token on myself, just because I didn't want to get the punishment. I was like, okay, maybe I'll just spend two or three on myself. Surely I would just be in the middle and not get punishment, not win, and that's fine. But then when I won HOH, I was like, I'm just not gonna spend any, just not waste any. I don't even care for the punishment. I was really scared of a very terrible punishment, I guess, like automatic nomination or something like that. So from what we saw, it's not that bad for this one, I guess. And for the reward, I hate that it's X that got it. I really hate it. And she told me that it was not good or bad. It was a bit good with consequences or something. She was pretty vague about it, which I don't blame her for. But like we said, the returnees are kind of scare me. So for her to get it, it's a bit worrisome. But yeah. So I guess for next week, I don't know what I will do. Probably try to just be in the middle again, or maybe just get the punishment. I don't really care, I think.
Okay, so with the HOH competition, so based on what you're saying there, I'm assuming there was a big part of you that felt like you had to get it to make sure you could overtake Hex in the competition.
Yeah. At first, I didn't want to win it at all, but then I feel like maybe I'm more competitive than I think I am, or that I say that I am. I'm like, I guess when X was in the lead, since I didn't have much convo with her, and that I knew she was a returnee, and I was like, okay, almost I would feel almost better with anyone except her. I mean, anyone else that was kind of in the lead except her. I was like, okay, at least I'll just over take her over, and then someone else will take me over, and that's fine. But no one else did, so I was like, oh, now I'm HOH. So that was not the plan initially to get it, and yeah, so I went for it just so X didn't get it. That was my goal, I guess, but I didn't want it per se.
Okay. Well, how do you feel like you've made it through your first round of nomination. How do you feel like your performance was as HOH so far? Do you feel like you're doing good?
I think I'm doing okay. Um, I was expecting more connection to come from it. I'm a very social player usually. I like people to like me, I guess. So it's been a while since I played any games, but from what I remember, I feel like my positioning in the first week or two is worse now than it was when I usually played. So this is worrisome, especially since I'm HOH. I never been first HOH before. I'm like, I should have been better than any time I've ever played. Which I don't think it's the case, even though I think I have some good connection. I have too many people that I'm unsure about, which is not a good feeling since next week I'll be vulnerable. Um, but it might be just my paranoia and messy gameplay that makes me think like this. Might just be false perception that I have.
Okay. You mentioned Nathan earlier as a potential enemy. Why do you think that is?
Because he, well, first of all, it started with, okay, I'll just start from the beginning. At first, he was like kind of funny in my one on one. Was like, oh, I kind of like this dude. And he said that he missed read the rule for the HOH, which did you really, or did you throw and try to cover it up? So that wasn't clear, but I didn't care. Like you can throw if you want and pretend like you didn't. But then he was like, okay, I'm gonna use my last one to protect your HOH. I want you to win. I've got your back. He was like, I'm gonna protect you until final four. Like, what are you saying? Anyway, uh, and I was like, all good to have someone like being nice to you and trying to work with you. I guess I was like, I'm feeling great about him. Then I had a chat with Swan where I asked him about who he's not feeling too good about, and he said Nathan. Uh, and at first I was like surprised by it. Like, okay, Nathan is not someone that Swan likes. That's okay. But then today, he was picked for veto, and he asked me, "Would you be mad as hell if I use the veto?" So I was like, I'd rather have the veto not used on anyone. I was like, "Oh, it's because I really like Thai and I want to use it on them." Um, and I was like, "Okay, well, I'd rather you do not use it." But I didn't know you were close to Thai. So that kind of left it there. But then, and he was like, oh, okay, I won't use it. I'm not that close to Thai anyway. And then a few minutes later, Ari come to me and said, oh, so Nathan asked me if I'm close to Thai. And Ari was picked for veto. So I'm guessing Nathan wanted her to use the veto on Thai if she won. So I'm like, just why all of this, and just tell me you want to use it and use it. I don't know why. backtracking after anyway, and it just feels messy, and it just you can feel it. It's gonna happen. We will clash. I know it. But it just depends on when.
Okay, so currently you're in the Spicy Doritos Alliance. How are you feeling about the members in there, and who are you kind of looking as your um, number one?
Okay. Uh, feeling feeling pretty great about these two. At first, I guess by default, Hunter was my number one, just because he threw that we should be F2 like from night one or something. And at first, I was a bit thrown aback and was like, okay, calm down. But now I'm like, not too bad to have Hunter as a F2. But I feel like he's a bit unexperienced, which may be something I need to be careful of. And I feel like Ari has a lot of connection, like a lot of them. So this is a bit worrisome as well. But I trust them both, I would say equally right now. I would say Hunter is my number one, but um, I would say Ari is my number two, just by an inch. Like they may be inter, they may change position eventually, I guess.
Okay, and I know there's been a lot of talk of wanting to kind of form a bigger group with Spicy Doritos as the core. So, kind of what's going on with that? Is that still a thing that's occurring for you, or
That's a good question because I want it to happen, but I feel like no one else wanted to happen. So this is a bit worrisome for me. But maybe I'm just like too impatient, which is very much me. I'm trying to form something with Robin, Swan. I was trying to get a sixth, but Swan is very against big alliance. I was like, okay, I can settle for a five, but I don't even think Swan likes Hunter. And I push Hunter a lot in my for him to be included in alliances, which I think was a mistake in retrospect. But I was like, oh, I cannot not include him. I kind of want the Onion Alliance thing to, so for it to work, I feel like Harry and Hunter needs to be in the bigger one. Um, but I feel like my main opposition is Swan right now. But I feel like we're super busy today, so we didn't really talk about it much. And yeah, so I'm trying to set that up, but I don't want to look like I'm desperate for it. And I also want other people to just do it for me. But if they don't, anyway, I don't know. But I'm trying to set up at least a five people alliance. That's my goal at the moment. That's- It's still in the works. Hopefully, before the end of this cycle, will be the goal for it.
okay? So I'm gonna go through some people that I don't think we've heard you speak on much yet, just so we kind of get a sense on where your head is at with them.
Mhm.
Um, so first, Kathy.
Well, Patty. At first I was like, nope, not doing this. This will never work. But I feel like I don't know. She was kind of putting on a face at first, and now she's talking normally. So I don't know what was up with that. Um, but since Harry and Swan kind of likes her, I'm like, I cannot like put her up. And I was like, okay, let's even include her in a six people alliance. At first, that was my goal to have a six people alliance with Kathy so I could get closer to her. Um, but then Swan was like, I hate big alliance. I was like, okay, let's just not go for that. But it may still happen. Who knows? So Kathy is just trying to do something, but there's no game relationship there for sure. Not right now.
Okay, Clash.
I'm so upset right now about Clash, to be honest, because since I numbed him and then he came back to hi Frankie. Okay, sorry. Uh, since I numbed him, he came back to life, I guess, and then he was like, "Oh, okay, I need to be active." Yeah, but he talks to me like I would get along with him really well. So this is what is pissing me off. Because if he talked to me like this, it's not much. I don't ask for much. If he talked to me like this from the beginning, I don't think I would have numbed him. So this is upsetting because now he's numb, then most likely will go unless he wins veto. And then he's a bit messy, but I don't like it. But he's going like I think he's going like after trying to frame Hunter for his one token received, which is so random, but I kind of love it. I don't know. I'm a bit upset if he goes this week. He can even go after me. I don't care. I don't know. Anyway, if he stays active, I would like him to stay, I think. But it's not my decision anymore.
Okay, Danielle.
Danielle is just a little mom, I would say. Like in her real life and in here, she's just like vibing, trying to be nice and have friends with and be friends with everyone. But doesn't she even said to me, you can use me as a pawn if you want. I won't be upset. I was like, why are you saying this to me, girl? But I didn't put her up just because I feel like since she even proposed to be and I didn't do it, maybe I can have a little bit of if she gets HOH, I'll be safe. So that's why I'm trying to preserve that relationship. But and also Nathan hates her. So I'll keep her just to piss him off. So she won't be the Renum for sure as well.
All right, Leia.
Not much to say. She seems very sweet, but we have no game conversation at all. And I'm always wondering with people I'm not able to get a game conversation with, are they like just having so much other allies and alliance chat? Or is just not game person? I don't know. So a bit worried, but she's kind of sweet, so but she may have to be a renum if I'm doing it safe, I guess.
Okay, Robin.
Oh yeah, Robin, I like quite a bit, which is good and not good because I think he's a very good player, very good, and he's already so much connected with a lot of people. A bit like Harry, I feel. They're both very much connected with a lot of people. And also Robin has all the possibility to be in a vet alliance, I mean returnees alliance. Um, which is even worse than everything because he says that he talks to me the most and that he likes me the most, but I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But I really like him. He's super funny. So I want to keep like working with him. I just don't know yet how much I can trust him.
All right, Ty.
I have nothing to say. I'm sorry, Ty. There's no game conversation. I was just a bit surprised about how they were close to Nathan and I don't know how to pronounce that name, but Steve or Steve, I don't know. Um, both of them told me that they wanted to use the veto on them, maybe. So that's a bit worrisome. I thought that Ty was a bit of a lone wolf, but I really misread that.
Okay, Vlyn.
Then, I feel like I had high expectation and I've been disappointed. I don't know, just you heard the name around and you won the game, I think, if I remember correctly from the like broadcast announcements or I'm like, okay, so that's a good player. I was thinking he was going to be social, which was not really the case with me, which absolutely doesn't mean that he's not like in a ton of other alliance. Some people told me that they get along well with him, which is super worrisome since I'm like just okay at the moment with him. But he did promise safety in like no specific timeline. So I'll keep it for now. I guess I would not be opposed to work with him, but since he's a returnee, I may have to be very careful.
Okay, and Zeeves.
Not much to say here as well. Kind of struck a deal so that I'd be safe next week if they want HOH, and he said that he wanted to. So, but I'm like not feeling him right now. So I'm a bit, not much to say either here.
All right. So obviously the power veto is ongoing. Do you plan to gun for the veto?
Uh, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure because I don't want to win another comp, but also I don't want I to win it. I wouldn't mind Clash doing it actually. I wouldn't mind at all. Um, but I don't want to win another comp. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just do. Anyway, it's a timed comp, and I suck at those, so I don't even know why I'm like entertaining the idea that I may win it. I won't.
All right. Well, thank you, Drea. Or sorry, did I say that right? Dre.
Right? Yeah.
Um, thank you. That's all the questions that I have. But
Okay.
if you ever want to, let us know your strategies in the future, just let us know, and we'll be happy to do so.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.